Welcome to Entrepreneurial Entrails for some short stories on the guts and glories of being an entrepreneur.
Short people got no reason. Short people got no reason.
Hey, it's Elizabeth Plouffe. I'm here today with Entrepreneurial Entrails, and we're going to jump into some goals because that's my focus for the next couple of weeks. And one of the goals I'd like to help small businesses with is their communications. And I know it's something that can fall to the bottom of the list, especially if you're in a busy time, which is fantastic. But it is something that needs to be done on an ongoing basis, because when your busy time is over, you still need people to talk to. You still need people to be selling to. And if you haven't maintained that conversation, it's kind of like if you haven't talked to a good friend in a couple of years and then you've got a big move coming up and you give them a phone call and say, hey, buddy, I know we've been friends for 20 years, but we haven't talked for 2, but for a case of beer, can you come and move my fridge? Most people are going to give you the middle finger. I'm a good friend, don't get me wrong, but 2 years, you need to show me a little bit of love. So this is what I'm talking about. It's a really simple way to show your customers and your audience some love on a consistent basis, so that when your new product is ready to launch, when your service is having a sale, when you've got an event coming up, it's not like somebody asked you to move after 2 years. So here's what I'm going to suggest to you. So have a look at your calendar. I use an Excel spreadsheet. It's pretty basic, but have a look at your calendar and see what's coming up in the next 3 months. What you're going to do is take your Excel spreadsheet, and I know Excel's so much fun, piece of paper, however you organize yourself. Excel's easy. And you're going to do January, February, March on one page. So then have a look. I use Sunday to start the week. Under January, first day to Sunday. What is the first day on Sunday? We just had that, didn't we? So that was January 1st. So you're going to do first. You're going to do 1, 8, 15, 22, 29 for the weeks. At that point, that's when you want to look and see, do you have any events coming up? If you have an event, for an example, on the 27th, now we're a little late to the party, because my recommendation to you is that any promotion you've got coming up, you need to start talking about 6 weeks ahead of time. Yep, 6 weeks. Sounds like a long lead time, but there is a method to the madness. So, just for poos and giggles, we'll stick with January, and we'll say January 31st. You're having an event. And so you're going to start talking about your event this week, right? So you need to slot that in. And here's where also the 80-20 rule comes in, because as much as you have this event coming up on January 31st, and it's really important to you to get bums in seats, it's also really important that you don't annoy the crap out of your audience and potential people by slamming them with invites and join us and all that kind of stuff, every piece of your content. Please don't fall into that trap, because people will get pissed off, and not only will you not get bums in seats, you'll get people not following you, and they'll ignore your content and what you're trying to share. So what I suggest is, if for an example, you're starting off slow and you've got 5 posts a week going out. Most people focus on Monday to Friday, depending on, if you own a bar, you do want to focus, have some stuff going out over the weekend as well. So just again, for giggles, we're just going to say that you've got 5 posts a week. 2 out of those 5 posts can be directly about your event. The rest can be content about your event. So if, for an example, you're offering a workshop on, how to organize your closet, then the rest of your content should be organizing tips and tricks. Does your dress find you joy? There's some kind of book about finding joy to use as a purge technique. The best hangers to get, and sales coming up at stores about hangers or whatever. You can tell I don't organize my closet very often. Really take it easy on the sales messaging. Make sure that your sales messaging has a call to action, a join us, a contact us, a visit our website, something that tells people what to do so that they can get to your event. The rest of the content, as I said, has to be about stuff supporting your event. Could be about stuff you're going to learn. Maybe you make up a 1-pager with little tips and tricks about stuff that they're going to learn at the workshop. Obviously, don't give away the cow so that, they're going to come and get the milk from you. Got a lot of weird analogies in this one. So your event's on January 31st. So yes, you're definitely going to the initial launch, 2 out of 5. You can kick it up a little bit as you get closer to the event, but I really urge you to, keep it reasonable. Don't slam the crap out of your audience with content about your event. Again, you're just going to annoy them. Keep it in the conversation. Keep it going. If you've got a newsletter, make sure that it's gone out in that. If you have it on Eventbrite, make sure it's set to public. If you have it going out on your social media, make sure there's some great images that are around your topic. All of those types of things. In the meanwhile, you're also looking to March, and you're going to see if you have an event or a workshop. Maybe you've got a sale in March. So when you look at your March calendar, say for an example, your sale is on March 23rd. Then you need to put that obviously in your calendar, and then you need to go back 6 weeks. I have to do the math here. 1, 2, 3. To about February 16th. And that's where you need to start talking about your sale. And this might be common. You know what? If you know this already, fantastic. I hope you're using this. I hope you are structuring your content calendar 3 months, 6 months, 12 months in advance. But if you're not, then this is honestly a really simple way to get control of your communications and get into the habit of speaking to your audience on a regular basis. Pick the event, pick the sale date, pick the whatever, 6 weeks back. If for that 3-month stretch, you don't have anything going on as far as an event or a workshop that you're offering, and this can also go to ones that you're attending. For an example, I'm going to a trade show in April. So middle of March, I'm going to start talking about that. I'm going to an event. I'm actually attending a trade show in Florida at the end of February. So by the way, that's my first shout out. I'll be starting to talk about that a little more too. If you don't have an event or workshop or sale to have as a key point, then you need to start looking at your industry and the time of year. You need to start looking at what conversations are already happening. So if you happen to be in healthcare, Health Canada offers a fantastic content calendar that you can pull from and pick topics that you have the education and experience to discuss and put those in your content calendar. So I don't have it up in front of me. I will look for it while we're chatting here. But when you do something like that, you take the opportunity to get in on conversations and use hashtags and what have you that are already ongoing. If you're in the lumber industry, I know nothing about building houses, but I'm sure there are key times in the year where, the lumber orders start getting put in. So start talking about the quality of your wood, and don't be dirty, and how fast your delivery is, and how you focus on customer service, and all those types of things. I know that sounds like a lot. This sounds like a lot of tips and what have you, and a little bit all over the place. But that's the problem with not having a content calendar, is that you will be all over the place. It's also the problem with me trying to give you a generic way to build a content calendar, because it is unique to your business. It is unique to your industry. But once you start focusing on that, honestly, it's dead simple to create a content calendar, and it's going to make your life so much easier. You'll know what's coming up. You'll know what you need to talk about. If somebody is doing your social media for you, you need to be involved in that process, because you may come across an article or an event or a something that'll be helpful and get your business up in that conversation that your social media person is having for you. One of the other things actually that I noticed today, and it's nothing to do with a content calendar, but it is something. I was doing research for a client, and they've got 50 or 60 businesses joining them at a trade show that's coming up. So I've been researching their websites and their social media presence. And one thing that I would recommend to you, and I know it's a little off topic, but when you are adding your social media to your website, whoever's doing it for you, make sure that when you click on the link, it takes you to a new page. Weird, I know, but quite a few of the sites that I ran into today, it replaced the existing page. And in general, the public's not a huge fan of having to work backwards to try and find the home page for your information. So when you add your social media to your website, make sure that it clicks and opens up into a new page. It creates easier opportunity for people to come back to your homepage, is where you want them to be in the first place. And if you have created your content calendar, then they're going to come back to you, and hopefully you've got feeds on your web page. And if you've got regular content going on, then Google's going to be really happy because you have hopefully embedded your Twitter feed and your RSS feed from your blog into your website, which then provides regular updates for your website. New fresh content makes Google happy, makes people visiting your website happy, makes you happy because you get more traffic. So that's my thing for today. If your goal is to take control of your communications, as I've dropped stuff everywhere, then one simple way to start taking control is make sure that it's a part of your overall plan. You know, if January is your time to review your year, make sure that this is a priority for you. Create a 3-month chunk of a content calendar that focuses on any events, workshops, or other stuff that you've got coming up, and then stick to it. You know, make sure that you're having that regular conversation, hopefully 5 days a week, only 1 or 2 pieces of information. It's not huge, but that ongoing conversation, when you have a sale, when you have something that you want to promote, it's not like that buddy who you haven't talked to in 2 years who wants you to help him move his stinky sofa. You know, you don't want to be that guy. So I'm going to add a little more information. I hope you'll check out my blog, which is, what is my blog? It's Across the Desk is my blog. No, sorry, it's Rub Elbows with MCV Communications. I always add some more tips after I've done something like this because I think of more ideas. You know, if you've had success with creating a content calendar, I'd love for you to share that. You can check me out on Twitter at MCVPloof. Facebook page is MCV Communications. I'll be putting some stuff up there. And good luck. I hope you make this a goal. I hope you make it a priority for your 2017 business year. And I can't wait to hear if you've tried it out and if it works. If you've got any questions, my email is elizabeth@mcvcommunications.ca, or you can visit my website, MCV Communications, and you can drop me a line from there. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope your New Year's wasn't too painful. Everybody's recovered. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks very much, and just know that you have the guts and glory to make your own story, and I look forward to reading it. Bye-bye.